Level games or console type games are probably the best games in the whole world. Reasons being because of these games have the most beautiful and fun and violent worlds. And for this reason we see other games that are either alike to these console level games or the same games on our PC. PCs can play most of all these games at 450 FPS, wow. Or even on the mobile. So hi guys, I'm the Portable Gamer, and today we are going to be looking at my top 10 mobile games that are close to console games. Godfire: Rise of Prometheus. This is one of the best looking hack and slash games on mobile. It is an average game when it comes to the gameplay. The gameplay does not feel good enough or as good as the game they were trying to copy, which was God of War. And just like God of War, the game is based on Greek mythology. And just to end this part of the video, the game is a fun, average hack slash mobile game. Buggy racing. This is just the closest thing we have right now to the Mario Kart on mobile, till Nintendo gives us a free-to-play Mario Kart game on mobile. Like, we all know that's going to happen because they are Nintendo. A fun racing game with beautiful fun tracks and also beautiful and interesting looking cars which are customizable. Plus, the game reminds me very much of a specific Mario game that came out on the GameCube, which is Mario Kart Double Dash. Going to say much on Critical Ops, but all I'm going to say is that the game reminds me a lot of Counter-Strike. Just like Counter-Strike, the game is a multiplayer first-person shooter game. The game also has good and responsive controls. Animus stands alone and Animus Harbinger. Well, I'm not going to be talking about Harbinger a lot because I've not really played the second version of Animus a lot, so what I'm going to be talking about is going to be based on mostly Animals Stands Alone. Well, Animals Stands Alone feels a lot like Dark Souls mixed with Monster Hunter. The game is hard, but not as hard as Dark Souls, as I always say and as I said in my last video, but it is still a hard game, no doubt about that. The game is freaking hard. Note, the game is not a open world game. The game world is based on levels, and usually at the end of the levels you fight a boss. But do note that most of the bosses are just going to be either bigger versions of the smaller enemies you're going to fight, or they're just going to be harder versions of themselves. Only sometimes will you fight bosses that look differently, but just to note, most bosses are just going to look the same, but are just going to be other versions of themselves. What's left to say about Animals for me is that it is one of the best mobile games that I've ever played during 2018. Like, it is one of the best that I've ever played, ever, in fact. And if you're a Dark Souls fan or a Monster Hunter fan, you should feel right at home if you pick up this game, because it feels a lot like Dark Souls mixed with Monster Hunter. That is to me. Other reviews may think differently, but for me it is just a mixture between Dark Souls and Monster Hunter.
Run.
Is the closest thing we have to Kirby on mobile.
Teleporter online. Mara reporting. Justice rains from above.
Toy Stories Mobile. Well, I guess I'm kind of excited for this, because for me this is another best game that I've ever played on mobile. Well, Monster Hunter Stories Mobile, this is a tactical open world JRPG game. And just to say, or just to note, the game looks far more better on the mobile than on 3DS, like times 10,000 better on the mobile than on the 3DS. And I think it also plays better. I've never played it on the 3DS, but I feel because of the mobile processor is far more stronger than the 3DS, the game should play more better. But it definitely looks better than the 3DS version. Well, this is a great and beautiful platformer game which reminds me a lot of a 3DS game called Super Mario 3D Land. The game just has a good and amazing looking cubic world. And if you're a fan of platformer games like Super Mario, you'd feel right at home with this game. And guys, don't take my word for it, go check out this game on the App Store and Play Store.
Rank up! Sergeant of the Master Sergeants, most important person of Extreme Sergeants, to the max!
For Zero Hero and Modern Combat 5. Modern Combat 4 and Modern Combat 5 are the closest thing we ever got to a Call of Duty game. But did you guys see the leak of the new Call of Duty games coming for the mobile? Well, I'm really excited for that. The game has all the quick time events and badass weapons and cool, interesting and fun weapons just like in the Call of Duty games. But I guess Gameloft went to create a different game called Modern Combat Versus. Well, it's still an average game, but it can never be as good and can never give us the type of experience Modern Combat 4 and Modern Combat 5 gave us, which was just a Call of Duty experience on mobile. It's probably one of the best racing simulation games on mobile. Until we get Grid Autosport. I mean, this game looks amazing. Scene is one of the best looking games on mobile. But warning, it is a EA game, so there is in-app purchase in the game. But it is still a good game, even with all the in-app purchases that are in the game. So, it's in-app purchase. Is one of the most downloaded game on the Play Store. I don't know about the Apple Store because I use a mobile device, but it is one of the most downloaded game on Play Store, and it is the fourth grossing game on the Android Play Store. Graphics is not as good as the PC or the console version, but what were people expecting? It is supposed to be the portable version of this game, but even though the game graphics is a little bit downgraded or is downgraded from the consoles and the PC version of this game, the gameplay is still the same. The gameplay still looks and feels the same as the PC and console versions. But apart from that, the game is just a great game on its own. The game is a third-person game and also a first-person. You can play the game between third and first-person perspective. And go download this game on the Play Store or the Apple Store. The game is free and it is one of the most funnest game I've ever played on my device or on any mobile device that I've ever used before. Is a open world-ish adventure game. the look of the game, it reminds me of the Zelda games on the DS and 3DS, just with, you know, better resolution and better graphics. If you like the look of Tunic from the last year E3, then you would like this game. And unlike Tunic, which is not out, this game is out and ready on the App Store and the Android Play Store. So go check it out. But it is a premium game or inside purchase game. You can install the game for free, but you would have to pay inside of the game to get the other levels or to fully unlock the game.